All right, let's see where this is gonna go because this is not my wheelhouse, which is kind of why I'm just okay. I'm Tina O from Tina O Life. Welcome to 25 Nights to Close 50. This is I'm gonna be 51 in what are we? We're on night 17. So I'm gonna be 51 in, short period of time. What is it, 7 days? 8 days? And 50 has been a trip. So as I closed 2020 and saw 50 coming, I put together 50 nights of storytelling. And many of you, like over 100 of you, was like, yeah, I want to listen to those stories. And half of you like stayed with it for all freaking 50 nights. Like you're a rock star. You're awesome. And I was so conscious in how I opened 50 that as December 1st hit and I was like, oh, Christmas Day's coming. Your birthday's coming. Turning 51's coming. I made a decision to close it as consciously as I opened it. And by doing that, I'm going to share little ahas that I had over 50. So the one I'm going to share with you tonight is actually something I'm not very good at. Or maybe I'm like so good at it, but I have stories about it. Okay, so whatever. I'm totally just like blah tonight. So my aha this year is one of them of 50 is fucking laugh. Like laugh. Take risks to laugh. Laugh with people. Laugh at people. Laugh at yourself. What is funny to you? All the things. Laugh when you're nervous. Laugh when you're scared. Laugh when it's funny. Laugh when it's inappropriate. Laugh when it's appropriate. How many people do you have in your life around you that you laugh with? Who do you feel safe laughing with? How safe do you feel with yourself to laugh? About I don't know, a number of years ago when I first started working with Chris Durkee, I had this like insight where I was like, oh my God, I do not know what joy feels like, which probably sounds a bit bonkers to you. But I did not know what joy felt like. And while I could be swept up in something and be silly and play and smile and probably laugh, it was like it required a spontaneity. It actually required an overwhelm of my system in order to let her rip, right? And be and I was going to say and feel joy, but it's not joy. I was like on a magic carpet ride, right? Which is a really different thing. I didn't at that time know what joy felt like in my body. My computer is just gonna gotta plug in. Here we go. I didn't know. So I could be swept up in something with you, but I couldn't place joy on my own. I have been someone who, God, as a kid, I couldn't watch Three's Company. Like I couldn't watch Three's Company because I couldn't deal with how uncomfortable I was with John Ritter, getting a door smacked in his face or, Chrissy, I don't know, whatever the setup was. I couldn't deal with this setup. As soon as I saw a joke coming, I was like, I can't handle it. Now, the crazy thing is, I did a workshop with John Ritter. God, I don't know, 20 years ago? I did a workshop with John Ritter. It was awesome. I'm sure I was not funny. I'm positive I was not funny. I did not have access to joy, to silliness, to play. And I'll never forget him sharing this story, actually. So he studied with Stella Adler at the Actors Studio in New York. And he shared this story where Stella said to him, okay, oh, it's Jack Tripper, John Ritter. Okay. Stella said to him, John, you need to put the comedy down for a bit. And the comedy is not going to go anywhere. When you put it down, it's not going to go anywhere. You have that. But it's time for you to explore drama, to explore the shadows, the corners, the depth, right? And you're not going to lose your comedy. So he was on the other end of the spectrum from me. And I think for a lot of my adult life, I've been afraid to embrace humor and silliness and play and comedy and joy and light and unicorns and flying monkeys and leprechauns and dogs that can talk and jelly beans that fall out of my ears. And like I've been unwilling to risk those things because what if then I'm not taken seriously? What if that part of me that really is my, like the voice of my artist, wrestles with the unanswerable? That's what drives me to create. It's wrestling with stuff. Would I lose that if I started to play? Would I be taken less seriously if I started to play? I was already someone who struggles or struggled or fought with myself, let's say that, to find the right word to explain how I truly feel. And so if I let that go, if I put that down to play, I got nothing. Like I got nothing. One, so now I can't put words together. Two, now you think I'm a joke. Where's my power in that? I also grew up in a house where fighting wasn't what we did, but you had to know how to live. Like you had to know how to not die. Let's say that. I can remember, I grew up with 8 brothers and 2 sisters, blended family. There was a fair bit of pain in my house, a fair bit of grief, a lot of just holding on to the edge of the pool and hoping not to drown. And I was the youngest, and I remember learning how to argue. I had a big brother that called me out, and I can remember standing on the couch, like him, like forcing me to stand on the couch so I could see him eye to eye, so I would fight with him. I didn't know how to fight. I didn't want to fight. But that experience put a narrative in my head that being joyful, being sprightly, being all the things I actually kind of am embracing so much more of now. Being a dork, I'm like, as an adult, I'm a dork. As a child, you're not a dork. You're just sprightly, right? You're a leprechaun. You're a dancing monkey, which is totally what cute monkey was. But anyway, that experience put a narrative in my head that don't do that. You can't do that. You better learn how to fucking fight. And I've never been combative, but I grew into this like silent seriousness where nobody takes me down. I might go down, but you are not going to take me down. Right? Ugh. And it's a good, there's medicine and poison in all of the aspects of ourselves. So I don't diminish that part of myself. I just know that I pull it out. Like when it needs to come out as medicine for me, it comes out as medicine for me, and you are not going to take me down. When it comes out as poison for me, it costs me joy. It costs me joy and laughter and ridiculousness and not having the words and saying something anyway, or not having the words and but you have a stupid sound, or not having the words but you have a stupid movement you're going to make because I'm expression on legs. Like that's how I'm made. If stuff isn't coming out of me, it's collecting inside of me. Not good for me. Night something I talked about. I understand that when I had cancer, it was a collection of all the things that stopped coming out. And nature doesn't fuck around. Nature's like, yeah, this shit's got to get out of you. So either you're going to do it or I'm going to do it. So nature just takes over. Now that's my own particular reconciliation of the cancer journey that I went through, and I'm definitely not speaking for you at all. You will have, if you've been through your own cancer journey, you'll have your own version of how you have reconciled that. So back to laughter. So I even got nervous about laughing because I couldn't tell what part of me was an innate entertainer and desire to make faces. You know, who's my innate Carol Burnett in here, my innate Julia Louise-Dreyfus in here, and who's the one that's hiding? Who's the one that's wearing a mask? And I couldn't discern them. And then I had, stupid people that are smart people saying stupid things in my 20s that were trying to tell me, yeah, don't be that because that's not who you are. What? How do you know who I am? What? I don't even know who I am. So how the hell are you going to know who I am? And then starting to like believe what other people said about whether I'm fake or honest. God, there's no way in God's green earth we can know if we're fake or we're honest in our 20s. We don't know anything yet. It's an evolution. So back to laughter. So now I've got these funny people in my life of which I contribute to the play. And I know when I'm off my game, if you will, when I'm back into my self-conscious, subconscious, appropriate bullshit, seriousness, when I get like stilted, I guess. Or so like when there's a conversation that waits and there's a conversation that hesitates. And when I get when I get all hesitant that's when I know, yeah, there's no joy in this room. There's no joy here. Like there's no play here. There's no exploration here. There's no curiosity here. You're in your fucking head and you are totally not letting in, letting go, being seen. You're not willing to be seen. So I think my 17th night of 25 is laughter is one of the ways I'm now letting you see me. And one of the ways I'm letting me see me. And as I see me, you get to too. So thanks for listening. Thanks for playing with me. Thanks for the permission you give me just by being in this space. Yeah, I'm Tina O from Tina O Life. This is 25 Nights to Close 50. That was insight number 17 around laughter. And the storytelling me is about being seen. If you haven't watched Oh My God yet, which has some humor, but let's be real, this is way more Tina artist. There's not a lot of laughter in there. when you get smacked with laughter, it's a smack of laughter. It's a moment of seeing yourself in something that you're like, holy shit, what? So if you haven't watched it yet, you can click that link. And if you want to come with me for my next 50 nights of storytelling, they begin January 31st as I make my way to Ireland and close the story loop of what, oh my God, started for me as I started 50. Have a beautiful night. We'll see you tomorrow on night 18.